Antiquities. See the way it's spelled? So a courier. His name is Dennis and he's very good. Just about to pull out from the museum.
To you what you find at the monument. As you enter, you will be able to find the cenotaph. Okay, cenotaph was actually initially put up by the British. Okay, in memory of those people or those soldiers who have died during the First World War. In memory of them. All right, and yeah, we have about 10 Malaysian universities. I mean local ones, and we have also I mean in collaboration with the British universities, we have them here as well, training program and so on. Okay. So this is where we are looking at. On your left is the monument area, national monument. But this portion of it is called. Is my mic okay? Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Asian Garden. We call it Asian Garden.
This is a monument in the town centre for all the troops and all that died here during First World War, Second World War, and the other war they had. They had a disturbance here, that's what they call it. That's a lovely place.
This magnificent memorial to the soldiers that lost their lives. Beautiful fountains just now, and they've shut down. Dad thinks you just have a dip. God, it's so hot. Keep getting back into the coats to get cool. There's the fountains again. This is a nice design for the water. That's the lotus flower, which is the emblem of China and Malaysia, I would think.
We can bring it right tight.
These are the towers again that we saw on the way here. This looks similar to the post office tower in London. And these are the gardens surrounding this monument.
All the very old buildings as well. These are all built during the British occupation. Yeah, I mean, we are looking at the railway station, okay, just across, just opposite. It's a beautiful, I mean, structure there. It was built in 1911. It was built in 1911. It's a good structure. It's all Moorish, you see. Moorish was the design of that time, you know. People look up to Moorish design during that period. It's Moorish, Indian, and Islamic, you know. It's very Moorish and Islamic. And we have a track going right up to Singapore as well as Thailand. So you can even travel by rail. This is the office for the railway station. Railway office over there, just across the road. In Square 1, you'll be able to see one, I say, the Sultan Abdul Samad building, which was completed in 1897. Okay, it was a state secretariat, and now it's no more a state secretariat. Huh? It has been moved to Shah Alam. Shah Alam, I showed you the tall building, 24-story building. That is the one state secretariat. The Resident General then, Charles Michel, he was quite skeptical about the building. You know why? Because he asked, why do the state need such a huge secretariat? You know, but now we had to even create a new capital, new capital. You know, so we have grown that fast. So at that time, maybe they did not want one such so big one. For the British, it was only for the British, no others. Okay, and later on, when the other people, the Chinese, the Indians went into higher ranks in the older, working environment, they were invited to become. So I wish you all can follow me afterwards, because I wish to show you.
This is a very tall flagpole. This was the Sultan's Palace.
Very tall building. That's now a history museum. Is on the edge of Independence Square in Kuala Lumpur.
This is the church in the centre of Kuala Lumpur for Christians. It's where the Queen goes when she comes here. Oh, there's the Queen. There's the Queen. Oh, she's not going to church for them.
They do their butter trading, okay, just at the center. Those days there used to be shacks, shops, shacks and all that. That's how they started their, trading here as the butter trading. They come with their tin ore exchange for food and clothing, okay, and from here they developed the Chinatown. That's why you'll be able to see a lot of Chinese in the city area. Okay, that's the reason, because the early miners were a lot of Chinese. Okay, so after mining they come to this point and do their butter trade. Okay, and that is why even today you'll find a lot of Chinese. If you go around within the city area, you'll find a lot of Chinese within the city area. If you want to find Malaysia, you have to go to the outskirts and all.
This building is the Central Market.
This one here. Oh, that's an open air thing. This is a nice one. Oh, I don't think so.
Oh. The battery's going down. This is more or less the town centre, KL they call it, Kuala Lumpur, KL. Very impressive building. Very impressive buildings.
Post office building.
That's the post office building.
Generation 2 is what they meant, which is the latest introduction to the market. Oh, this,
That's the church that our Queen goes to when she comes here.
Like a chocolate up the ship.
Sorry, what's happened?
Back in the coast now. Moving pretty swift. Back to the port. Seen some lovely places. They're hot and retired, although this coach is air conditioned, so it's nice to cool off when you get back in. Busy here as it is in England.
They have other games, I mean, which are ongoing games as well. They have
like 19 sideways build. Seem to be the new houses that they're building for people to get them out of the shacks and highways flats that they're living in now.
This is the port of Kerlang. That's the main port for Kuala Lumpur. It's about 25-30 miles away, but we've just been there. And I couldn't film the port this morning because we came in early. And so I'm going to do it now. That's not our ship. Ours is twice the size of that one. small ship. It looks very nice. Oh, grumpy there. Are they waiting all grumpy all the time?
Just coming into Singapore. It's just gone 9 o'clock and it's quite off. Cable cars right above us.
I don't reckon it was placed at all. I don't remember any crazy coming through.
Going over to this, well, obviously people will be using it, I suppose, to go over to the other side. I think they may be going over to see this Lion's Head. Looks wonderful from here. Where's the little train? This little train is also on the island. Sentosa Island, that's called. And we'll probably be going over there while we're here. This is obviously the station where these cable cars start. Obviously, that's the city, Singapore, which we should be going into later. Look over the other side of that tower block as well. Another little island, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's this little train again that seems to be moving very slowly.
Do I have any Americans here? 1, 2, okay. British? Majority. Canadians? Okay, French? Germany? Belgium? Sorry? Spanish. Spanish, okay. Anyone that I might have missed out? Anyone? Okay, so we have a bit of like a United Nations or 3 languages. In school, we are taught English plus our mother's tongue. One of the good things the British left behind for us was the English language. I can't imagine if I were to land up saying something else, you know. They get so drunk, then they bring the ladies back home or back to the hotel. Because the next morning they try murder. Because the morning comes, the lady will say, "Hello, darling." Container, about half a minute each container, and as many as 64 containers in 1 hour. This port alone holds about 97,000 containers. It's known to be one of the world's busiest ports. In fact, during 1990, I don't know if you're on your passport and you go through the X-ray machine and all this. Well, before the September 11th, we never had those things. It was I think those who came here before on the cruise, you know they could just breeze through. Now, well, for security, better save that story anyway. Okay, we know that around the world we're going to have this. Warwick District, this is going to be the Wall Streets of Singapore, and we're going to have a ride around the boat much later on towards the Singapore Riverside. And have anyone ever seen this paper, this red paper? It's called the Ang Pao or the lucky money. Okay, during special occasion, people get married instead of buying present, and everyone, the bride, you know, those days during our time when we got married, the bride and bridegroom get 1 dozen of cups. People open shops over their glasses, you know, the tea sets. Those days. Well, now what we do is very simple: give cash inside this red envelope and give it to them and let them buy whatever they want. It's solved all the trouble. And of course, Chinese New Year, this little red packet. What we do is we put the money inside for children or those who are unmarried. So if you're 60 years old and if you walk around Trinidad, yeah, this year is going to be a rooster. Yeah, this is going to be your year. Okay, on the 9th of February will be the rooster year. Oh, okay, how about this? We got 8. Take note.
Why are those buildings?
Yes. Well, this year, the monkey really caused havoc. Okay, the interesting part about this red packet is that the Muslim, they take it into their culture and they change it into a green packet. So during their New Year, they put lucky money in their green packet. The Indian, they change it into yellow packet with all the Indian gods and goddesses, and also they put it inside. So you see how we adapt is other culture. Interesting, food-wise. The Malays and the Indians, their food is hot and spicy. The Chinese, our food is oily, you know, fried rice, fried chicken, fried noodles. Well, our Singapore food is the best. We are hot, oily and spicy. We got everything. So now on your right hand side, this funny looking building is built by the I.M.Pei, American architect who did the Louvre in Paris. And of course, we're going to reach the Bugis Street very soon. Okay. Now very interesting, Singapore, like I said, very modern, very sophisticated, but Pei Tower looking very sharp like a knife, right? Now behind that building is, you know what? A hospital. Can you imagine having your house in front of a knife in front of you and a hospital behind you? So this building is built on very heavy concept of feng shui. First, it's round. Most everywhere is round, so no sharp angles. Second, the water, the fountain, if you look at the bottom near the car area, the fountain is like fingers, water going inwards. Third, the color is bronze color, the color of the earth, because earth can absorb any negative element. The earth goes with water, earth goes with wood, earth goes with fire. So this is very heavy, it's very interesting building. It's based on very heavy concept of feng shui. On the top, they have in this side and 4 figures behind, the 8 faces of God, the 8 angles. And alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are almost to reach the Bugis Street. Now, I will show you first of all where we are going to have our rickshaw ride.
I'm filming the night market. It's because it's for the Chinese New
Lovely.
I think these are little bonsai trees. These are the rickshaws we're going to go on in a minute. This one here is a classy job. We're riding in the rickshaw now, similar to those in front. I can't show you the ones behind.
Kanina ay tanong niya ano pa siya.
Yeah, that one you mean? Traffic's just as bad here as it is anywhere else. At least here they stay in lanes. You could take a snapshot for easy anyway.
No, but we could have had one of us in here.
Look at this line.
Colourful, isn't it?
This is called Little India. You gotta laugh. This is called Little India. That was a temple we just passed, but I couldn't film it very well. There's a mosque in the distance there. I presume they're all waiting to pray. Well, it's 7:45 at night, and the shops are crowded, streets are crowded, everything's crowded. And this is, they call it Little India. So everybody's Indian around here.
They just pack it up or just getting ready?
That'll comfortable to be younger than that. Oh, we got older, didn't we? Jim Cole. On a night, I think I'm not ready.
Yes, please.
How many more do you want? How many more? Any more? Right.
Yeah. Please, do you want a glass of bottle of water as well? Okay. What is happening is we are having the Singapore, we have this new university coming up called the Singapore Management University. It's going to be like the Bostons of the East, okay, where we employ the best. Well, let's put it away. You pay peanuts, you get monkey to do your job. So we are paying big bananas to get people, lecturers from the United States, from England, those best people who's willing to come here to work, and we give them good quality money so that they have a better, much better future. Now on your left hand side, this is the Westin, what do you call it, the Covenant Cross? I can't remember. Well, anyway, there was a town in England, and they loved their church very much. But during the war, it was bombed. Yeah, Coventry, yes. This Coventry Cross, yes. So they took all this nail out, and they sent it all over the world to every single mother's church. That little...
Looks a bit rough, look at it. That rest of it there just think. We're here going to get on a boat. They're called bum boats. So we'll see what they're like. This is part of the queue we're in.
Welcome on board the Singapore Riverboat. We are pleased to take you on a journey down the Singapore River historical waterway of Singapore. We are now in the Clarke Quay area.
Listen to her.
Clarke Quay was one of the busiest warehousing districts of old Singapore. Traders' bundles used to jostle for space on the river to unload their cargoes at the shop houses and go-downs along the banks. Today, the jostling is for great finds, numerous shops, boutiques and flea markets. It is also for great food and drinks and award-winning restaurants, pubs and cafes. You can enjoy Clarke Quay al fresco all day and all night. Fort Canning Park. The hill nearby was home to the founder of modern Singapore, Sir Stamford Raffles. It is also the burial ground of ancient kings. Local residents called it Bukit Larangan or Forbidden Hill, and the belief was that ghosts of the ancient kings resided there. Despite this, Raffles built his residence there and renamed it Government Hill. You can also see a white colonial building at the corner of the street with very colorful windows. It houses the Ministry of Information and the Arts. In the colonial times, the building was the Hill Street Police Station. Subsequently, it housed the National Archives before becoming the Ministry building. The bridge ahead is Coleman Bridge. Completed in 1886 and rebuilt in 1987, the bridge is named after the Irish architect George Coleman for his contribution to public development in Singapore. Coming up next is Elgin Bridge, built around 1928 and named after Lord Elgin, the Governor General of India. You must have noticed by now that each bridge we passed has a unique architectural character. They are the link to our colorful and varied heritage. The building you see ahead of you is the country's Parliament House. Completed in 1999, this masterpiece of modern architecture was built to replace the original colonial era Parliament House, which is located nearby and now functions as a museum. The complex and museums are open for tours. In contrast to the tall buildings are the shop houses and go-downs of Boat Quay. Completed in 1842, it was the first to serve the port's growing trade. Hundreds of bumboats carried huge bales of rubber or sacks of grain to warehouses along the riverbank. The hard-working coolies of old, who used to unload the goods all day, have now given way to hair-partying young professionals who unwind in the quay's numerous bars and restaurants. The river was very polluted in the early days. It was in 1977 that the government initiated an extensive program to clean up the Singapore River. All the bumboats were relocated to the western end of the Singapore harbour. After spending 10 years of cleaning, it is now clean enough to swim in, and even the fish have returned. We are now cruising at the foot of this massive cluster of skyscrapers, the edge of the city's financial centre. Within this compact district is one of the region's largest concentrations of offices, including 130 banks housed in futuristic buildings like this one, the United Overseas Bank Plaza. At 280 meters in height, it is one of the tallest buildings in Singapore. You can climb up later to the 36th floor for a gorgeous view of the city. The Cavenagh Bridge is the oldest of the 12 that span the river. Completed in 1869, it was named after Colonel Sir William Orfeo Cavenagh, the last appointed governor of Singapore. It is also Singapore's only suspension bridge and remains as it was for the last century exclusively for pedestrians. A sign blocking the use of bullock carts still marks the entries to the bridge. The elegant colonial building on your right is the Fullerton Building. Built in 1925, it was the island's general post office until recently, when it was lovingly conserved as the luxurious Grand Fullerton Hotel. Before the modern Esplanade Bridge was built, the river's mouth was marked by the British-era Anderson Bridge. The bridge was built in 1910 and named after Sir John Anderson, then governor of the Straits Settlements, of which Singapore was the main port. Coming up is a shot you would not want to miss. Standing in front of you at its park is the Singapore's national icon, the merlion. The 8-meter tall merlion is a mythical creature that embodies the vitality and uniqueness of this island nation. It has been welcoming visitors to Singapore since 1975 and looks set to continue to do so through the next several millennia.
Umbrella thing, it's like Disney, isn't it? Lovely. Yeah, I know you've done it.
Bar in Raffles Hotel. It's called the Long Bar for the Old Republic. They supply you with peanuts in there and you have to chuck them shells on the floor, not on the table. This is one of the bars inside the Raffles Hotel. Because there's bars all over the place.
it's not worth bothering with. What are you filming it for? I didn't want you to film it. I'm wanting to see it. I want to come for afternoon tea.
Sure, I haven't filmed it.
Oh, you're saying no, it's not worth bothering. It's not worth bothering.
I haven't filmed it.
Didn't intend to film it. I don't want to film that there.
Okay, that's rude.
Go back there and stand. Go back there. Did you do that? You done all these trees? You done all these trees? And the chefs you've got to do.
We'll film outside, that's the problem.
Beautiful staircase in this hotel.
This is the rear entrance to the Raffles Hotel. Because the coaches have to come around the back. Because the traffic's bad.
I say this because in 1963, when we gained full independence from Britain, we decided to join up to become one of the states of Malaysia. We became one of the states of Malaysia, and so we were not really fully independent. We were back onto another government. Alright, so in actual fact, we had only about 500 to 600 years of historical events. Okay, coming back to the on-site as we move on to the botanical gardens. Like I said, this 56. Now, one of the most notable achievements of this botanical gardens that we are visiting is the importation of rubber. In the year 1877, 24 rubber seedlings were smuggled out from Brazil. It was brought to Kew Gardens. Having said, all very rich, lived in expensive apartments. But that is not true. That is not true because less than 10% of Singapore's population, less than 10% of the population lives in private apartments. Less than 5% lives in what we call landed properties, which I'll point out to you later on along the botanical gardens.
Where we are, just curious. Look at the garden over there.
2 days, yeah. I would definitely advise you to go down there on New Year's Eve, the night on the 8th. And one of those kumquat plants can cost you $500 to $1,000. And on that night, all right, after midnight, really, you can take it for
Chinese during the Chinese New Year. Whenever any visitors come, you must offer them the sweet tea. Flesh is sweet though, grapefruit is very sour, but this is, the flesh is very sweet, but the skin is very thick. You got a very thick is fertility and all the good luck. But the best would be for it to flower at the right time. And it's come Chinese New Year, the flower must flower. A married couple, you must give to the kids. Anyone that is not married is considered kid. All right, those. Watermelon seed. Watermelon
This makes watermelon tea.
You saw the girl that always I give her money, right?
This is the Indian temple.
And if you wait here, you wait the bus for us. Bus be here waiting for the bus. Just photograph and
We're now at the top of Mount Faber, which is the second highest point in Singapore, which looks right down and out to sea. Our ship is down there, just about visible, and there's the cable cars that I've already filmed that go up to go right above the ship, as I've already filmed it. There's a range of islands out there and lots of boats. We'll be leaving Singapore this afternoon later on, so we'll probably be filming a lot more of it as we go. It's a wonderful place. This is the background up here at this viewing point. The cooling, on such a boiling hot day. It's all very beautiful here. Our ship's just down in between there, but the amount of cable cars that are going just constantly goes over to the island of Sentosa, which there's a nice little beach too. Over that bridge you can walk, but there's also a shuttle bus. This is the gift shop that's here. If anyone gets in your way, that's when you're going to film something.